thinking bill. The most recent congressional threat to freedom press comes in the California Democrat Feinstein. It's the SHIELD law. But then it's got a subtext. Go to the actual bill. Click on the actual bill. And it's got some sub thing about protecting journalism and journalistic standards. And, oh, my gosh. The point is, whatever the name is, it will then be the opposite. Now, that's a McClatchy article about it. What we want is the actual bill. And that will give you the stinking subheadline of what SHIELD stands for, like securing blah, 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 your First Amendment or something. Again, it's like the Patriot Act, all of it. Okay, I said I'd take your phone calls. I kind of spin out of control here. But the toll-free number to join us is 800-259-9231, 800-259-9231. It's wide open phones. Long-time callers, first-time callers, callers that call once a year, people that disagree, people that agree, people that like, you know, cable or cookies. You're allowed to call in. The point is 800-259-9231. You're allowed to call in. I always have people go, thank you for taking my call. Thank you for calling. Thank you for caring. Thank you for being involved. We'll go to your calls in just a moment. And then right into the next hour, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stacks I haven't gotten to yet. We'll be getting to those. And more news breaking up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. There's a new report out, net neutrality turnaround as FCC plans for Fastlane, which again will be the end of net neutrality and that special new government-approved internet. That's always been the plan of Internet 2. Their own statements are, quote, the internet as you know it is dead. Democratic candidate accuses her own party of war on women. Again, it continues. 87% of online spying comes from governments. Putin calls internet CIA project. That's just some of the news that we're going to be breaking down at PrisonPlanet.com, Infowars.com, and DrudgeReport.com that I'm looking at right now. Okay, just briefly here, this whole broadcast is listener-supported. When you support our sponsors, our local AM and FM sponsors, when you become a local sponsor, when you spread the word about the broadcast, that helps wake the country up and keep the message getting out and expanding. And you've been supporting. We're getting a lot of new affiliates. We're keeping our affiliates. We're expanding our affiliates. They're carrying us in better time slots. It's very exciting. Liberty is becoming more and more popular. We're legalizing liberty again by exercising hardcore freedom of speech and telling it like it is and shooting folks straight. So it's important to support our local sponsors, to support my sponsors like the great folks at mypatriotsupply.com/Alex to find all their great Patriot Supply products, high-quality storable food, great customer service, non-GMO organic, 866-229-0927, mypatriotsupply.com/Alex. You're crazy if you don't have storable food, folks. That's #1 priority. And then get your high-quality ProPure G2 filters at the lowest price anywhere with promo code WATER, 10% off, the widest selection, stainless steel gravity-fed systems that cut out the fluoride and the glyphosates when the leading competitors don't even come close, or I'd sell them. I'd sell all of them. It's just, there's nothing even comparable, so we just sell ProPure until you step down to like LifeStraw and stuff that cuts out 99% of stuff and makes swamp water safe to drink. It's just an emergency device. Or you can take tap water at work or wherever and make it safe. The point is that when it comes to gravity-fed filters, we only carry ProPure G2 systems. And they're very inexpensive. Their systems are less than leading competitors and are better. So I'm not going to carry leading competitors because there's no absolutely just hands down, they're the best. Side-by-side comparisons, InfoWarsStore.com. Or call toll-free 888-253-3139. And it is your purchase of the fine products at InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com that make the transmission possible. You can also call toll-free 888-253-3139. Now, we're going to break here in a moment. But first off, let's go ahead and get to one of them now. You got about 1 minute and 20 seconds. Sean in PA, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing, Alex?
I'm doing all right.
Good to hear that, man. Yeah, I just wanted to touch on a few things. Basically, I wanted to just remind everybody out there that we are living history right now. You know what I mean? I mean, with this Bundy situation, it is Lexington and Concord once again. So,
and they're going to try to use some hillbilly comment he made out of context against modern slavery of government to make it look like everybody's racist and land rights are racist and cowboy hats are racist. That's why we can't let them do that.
Of course, yes. So we have to keep that in mind and try to not, pretend like this is a different time. People try to pervert it and, make it seem like the Constitution somehow doesn't apply these days, which is totally backwards. It's always applicable. Also, I wanted to touch on an interview with the new World Bank president about 3 weeks ago on C-SPAN. Basically, these
Tell you what,
people,
I'm out of time. Tell me what they said. Tell me the date of the interview, or we can look it up, and tell me the quote that's coming up. Every time these people are on C-SPAN, they take calls, and it's the government blew up the World Trade Center. The government blew up Oklahoma City. The government works with Al-Qaeda. The World Bank's going down. I mean, almost every phone call tears them up. I want to hear what you saw straight ahead. Phone calls here. Sean in Pennsylvania, you're saying you saw the new World Bank president up on C-SPAN, and tell me what they were saying. Yeah, you're on air. Go ahead. Okay, Sean, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. All right, let's talk to Gary in Pennsylvania. You're on the air. Go ahead, Gary.
Hi, Alex. I just want to say God bless you and God bless what your team does and everything that you've done. I mean, I'm barely 20 years old, and I shouldn't have to worry about my grandkids' future is, but about 13 families running the country, the planet, and we need to be concerned here. And I work at a major retailer, and the manager I have been personally silenced for talking about Obama, even disagreeing with CNN in the break room, whether it's Flight 370, Ukraine, Boston bombings, challenging status quo, whatever it is, it's frowned upon, wherever you are. And, John F. Kennedy said, we dare not forget that we are the heirs of the first revolution. And then they blew his head off for everything that he's done and trying to change the future for the better, for the people, for us, for God, for everything. And it really is frightening to see this the entire planet, everybody being suppressed and just oppressed, and we all have to stand up, and we all have to.
No, I hear you, and I appreciate your call. We're in this no man's land right now where there's still a lot of freedom left in the West, but the system is trying to get rid of it as fast as they can. And they try this trick of going, we're not taking any freedom. There's nothing going on. So they can deny it's happening until they get it in place. Let's go ahead and talk to Julio in Illinois. You're on the air, listening on 1530 AM in Chicago. Go ahead. All right, we'll move on to the next person. Let's talk to Mark in Oregon. Mark, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex.
Hey.
Yeah, Alex, I was thinking, it may have been yesterday or the day before, that you and I believe one of your guests got into actually naming, in particular, the names of those who are actually on the human level running the show down here, the show of death, the Illuminati agenda implementation. I wanted to get your opinion on what you might think of it as a possible future strategy to actually maybe take a week or 5 days and kind of center on the actual individuals. Sean, your caller, just mentioned the actual 13 families, and maybe go with the exposure of the heads of those 13 families and actually name them by name, and along with that part of the expose, actually add in another part that gives all the details on their lifestyle.
Well, I mean, here's the problem. I think Fritz Springmeier's book that we sell, Bloodlines of the Illuminati, we brought it back into print, has a lot of good info in it. I don't agree that it's just 13 families or that those families inherently are bad. But, I mean, we could try to put out a report, maybe the top 50 families. If you watch a Davos, Switzerland meeting, or you get a Bilderberg list, that's the conspirators right there, at least of the Anglo-American group. I appreciate your calls. Next hour coming up, tons of news, your calls, stay with us. 800-259-9231.
The Genesis Communications Radio Network.
The Global globalists have controlled the mainstream media for a long time, but now they're expanding and making the weaponization even more vicious and deceptive. All the major networks are state-run.
We are partnering this year with the NFL.
The NFL has become a political weapon against the Second Amendment and pushes Obamacare. MSNBC tells us that our children belong to the state.
We have to break through our kind of private idea that kids belong to their parents or kids belong to their families and recognize that kids belong to whole communities.
It is more important than ever to realize that we are not the alternative media. We are the true media. The establishment dinosaur press is dying.
We are in an information war, and we are losing that war.
Join us at InfoWarsNews.com and PrisonPlanet.tv. Members can share their memberships with up to 11 people. By subscribing, you will literally be buying war bonds in the info war to expand our operation in the face of the tyrants. Join us at PrisonPlanet.tv.